Now fellas, a lot of the time when EA Sports puts a promo in the game, there is a way to get unlimited, yes I said unlimited, 90 overall players for free. So in today's video, we're going to be testing out that method to see if it could potentially work for us and get us some 90 overall cards while spending net 0 coins. So family, hope y'all are having a great day. Hope y'all got some W's on Underdog Fantasy. Again, if you don't know what Underdog is, really quickly at the start of the video, it is a place where you guys can make higher or lower player picks. I did kind of nice on Sunday, didn't do great on Thursday, but if you guys want to check out the app and make some higher or lower picks, I will leave it linked in the description. And of course, as you do so, use code SWIFT when you're signing up. It's going to give you a deposit match up to $100. But yeah, enough messing about, let's get started. And in today's video, we're going to be hoping to take advantage of these master sets. And essentially what the goal of this video is, or what we're going to be testing and probably doing in the video, is we're going to be completing these master sets with the 90 overall players and then getting them back as BND. And ideally, whatever we spend on these 90s, we hope to make back when we sell off the 93. So let's get started and go through the actual process that I would follow when I was checking to see whether or not these work. Now, the first thing that you absolutely need to do is you need to figure out the price of the 93s, because we kind of got to see our target. You know, how much are these cards going to sell for, so I know how much I can actually spend when doing the set. And in terms of prices right here, as we look at the most expensive player, it looks like it's going to be this RG3 card. Unless I'm missing someone, it looks like RG3 is going to be our most expensive player, and currently he's selling for about 690k. So that means that I can kind of allocate myself about 700,000 coins to attempt to get these sets done live in the video. And as you guys will see, in order to get these sets done, we're gonna have to throw in 590 overalls. So let's take a look at prices and kind of see how these numbers are gonna work out. We're gonna take a refresh on the 90 overall filter, and in terms of prices, just the first thing that I'm seeing right here is about 150k to get this done. And just going off the first number I saw, which was 150k, if I were to just buy at 150k, that would essentially mean I'm spending 750,000 coins to get this set completed. So that's certainly not a terrible deal. 750k to get this set done would essentially mean that I'm losing about 100,000 coins after EA Sports' tax, but in return, I'm getting 590s for 100k. But fellas, that's not all, because not only can we maybe just buy the 90s, we can also potentially construct them. And let's take a look at prices right here of these 88 overall harvest players to see if that's maybe going to be attainable. And yeah, just looking at numbers right here, fellas, if I go ahead and maybe snipe some 88 overall players at a price of, say, 45,000 coins per card, we'll do 45 times 3, that brings our price down to 135k to do this set, which essentially means I'm spending 135k to get a 90 overall player. Now, let's say we spend 135k on each of the cards. Well, when we multiply that by 5, that is 675,000 coins to spend. Now, remember, we're selling our RG3 for about 700k, so the numbers on this actually work a lot better. That's what we're going to try in the video. Now, certainly, this can take a fair bit of time, but we're going to go ahead and try and scoop up 88 overall players at about 45,000 coins if possible. Realistically, I'd probably spend 50k or less. I think 45k might be a little bit too strict of a price range, but let's get started with sniping and let's see how we can do. And certainly, fellas, this is something I recommend you guys try at home. We see a Patrick Ricard up for 46k on the first refresh. I saw a Matthew Judon for 45k, literally the refresh before this. So certainly there is activity, and activity is a must, because you're not going to want to sit here for hours on end and only see cards at like 50k or 53k. Again, we got to get 590 overall players. It's going to cost you 388s per set. So when we do 5 times 3, that's going to mean we're going to have to snipe 15 of these cards live in the video. And realistically, you guys probably don't want to watch me sit here and just snipe these cards for the next 10 or 15 minutes, whatever it may be. So I'm probably going to cut to once I have these players. We see one up for 47.5, and I'm a chup's too slow. My Wi-Fi is not ideal here. You know what? I'm going to take Khalil Mack for 150.6 as a 90 overall player. That's just going to help me out and make it a little bit easier, because instead of having to get 388s, now I just buy 190, so it's quicker. There are some deals available on this 90 overall filter. You guys can find these cards for a good price, but realistically, the cards you put into the set are the ones you're going to get back. So if you buy like a Travis Etienne and you don't need a running back, well, that's not super ideal. But because we're actually getting these 88s and completing the 90 overall set, what we're going to do is get a fantasy pack. So now we can take someone like Tristan Wirfs, who might be more helpful. Well, damn, there we go. That did not take very long. I thought that would take a lot longer for snipes. Realistically, that took me maybe 7 minutes. And now what I've got, fellas, is I've got enough 88s to build 4 of the 90 overall sets, and we did purchase 190 in the video as well. So yeah, let's get started with this. There's some really good 90s you guys can select. I think the first one that I'm certainly going to be going with is Tristan Wirfs. I desperately need a new right tackle, so let's select this right here. And again, the way this works, fellas, is the 90s you put into the set are the ones you're going to be getting back. So the ones you either buy on the auction block or select from this pack are the ones you're going to be getting in return. I'll take Tristan Wirfs. He's a good card. Now, obviously, you don't don't need to use all the 90s. You can quick sell some of them for training if that's more what you're into, which isn't really a bad idea. If you get like a 90 that you have zero desire to use, but maybe you find it for a really good deal, that's not a bad idea. But next up, what we're going to be doing is we're taking JC Horn, another really good card. Then after that, I'm thinking I'll go with Jesse Bates. You know, he could have a role on the defense. He's got 91 speed, so he's not like a bad player. He's not super amazing either, but we'll take Jesse Bates right here. He's a good card. For the cheapest Madden coins and 2KMT on the internet, check out my sponsor MMOEXP and use code SWIFT to checkout for 5% off. And then finally, for our last player, I've already got a good receiving group. I don't really need Amari Cooper. I don't really need the other player. I'm even forgetting who it is. Oh, Traverse Etienne. I don't really need Traverse Etienne. I'll probably take Etienne just because of the fact that he's actually really quick and could be fun to use in maybe like a kick returner role or something like that. So we'll take Etienne. And now, fellas, we have all 5 cards that we needed. So what I'm going to do is go to this RG3 set and complete it. And what we're going to do is get the 93 RG3. We're going to sell off the player. And this card is going to sell for a pretty similar amount of coins as the set costed us. Again, we looked at all these numbers earlier in the video. The card right now is selling for about 680 to 690, and the set costed us about like 740. So we're definitely losing a little bit of coins, but it's almost like you're paying coins to get 90 overall players. And those 90s are good cards, man, so I don't really mind doing that. So yeah, let's sell off this card right here. I'm going to put him up for about 683, and I'm hoping he sells pretty quickly. I'm assuming he probably will. And just like that, fellas, we're going to make a lot of our coins back. Now, we're not making all of our coins back. I know that for sure. But as I go to my items right here, now I've got all these 90s. And if I wanted to, I could quick sell these cards for 2,500 training. That's actually not terrible. That's the equivalent of about like 25,000 coins a coin value, but we are going to be using a lot of these cards. So first of all, we have a new left tackle in the building. It's going to be Tristan Wirfs. He's actually going to be getting edge protector as well for 1 AP, which is awesome to see. He even goes up to a 91 overall. This card is actually pretty damn good. As we look at the attributes, really nice across the board. Then next up, fellas, the corners I've got right now are good, but this JC Horn is simply put better. He is taller, he is faster, he has better man coverage. He is going to slot in at the new cornerback 2 role, allowing me to quick sell one of my backup cards. Then next up, I'm really considering putting Jesse Bates as my starting free safety. I think I'm going to put him in as my backup right here. So Eddie Jackson, until you get another card, you're not going to be on the team, because I actually do need to use my backup free safety, and my 83 speed Eddie Jackson was not cutting it for me. Jesse Bates actually goes up to a 92, so I might just sub him in at free safety number 1 just for the sake of the overall going up, and just like that, we're a 91 overall, boys. Let's go. Then next up, boys, we also got ourselves Khalil Mack right here, who I'm going to be putting in as my starting pass rusher on the edge. The stats are actually pretty good. I'll use this card for a little bit of time. 87 speed, really good block shed and finesse move. This card looks good, man. So in this video, I showed how to get these players and how to get them for cheap. If you did enjoy, scroll down, drop a like, and until next time, I'm out. Have a wonderful day, fellas. Peace.